Welcome to Pastor's Chat today. Well, I am excited because we're in one of the most exciting chapters in the Bible, Luke chapter 24, which describes the resurrection of Jesus Christ. My friend, when you get a perplexed heart like the women did at the cross because they found no body, the tomb is open, and I'm also reminded that Jesus revealed himself to these perplexed hearts. And then, oh, what a difference it made. Now, today we're going on down to verses 13 through 35. And this is where we have two disciples on their way to the road to Damascus, and they have disappointed, discouraged hearts and are sad. So let's look at these verses. Verse 13. Now behold, two of them were traveling that same day to a village called Emmaus, which was 7 miles from Jerusalem. That same day must have been, of course, the Sunday, the first day of the week. And they talked together of all the things which had happened. And so it was, while they conversed and reasoned, that Jesus himself drew near and went with them. But their eyes were restrained, so that they did not know him. And he said to them, "What kind of conversation is this that you are having one with another as you walk and are sad?" Then one of them, whose name was Cleopas, answered and said to him, "Are you the only stranger in Jerusalem? And have you not known the things which were happening there all these days?" And he said to them, "What things?" So they said to him, "The things concerning Jesus of Nazareth, who was a prophet, mighty in deed and word before God and all the prophets, and how the chief priests and our rulers delivered him to be condemned to death and crucified him. But we were hoping that it was he who was going to redeem Israel. Indeed, besides all of this, today is the third day since these things happened. Yes, and certain women of our company who arrived at the tomb early astonished us when they did not find his body. They came saying that they had also seen a vision of angels who said he was alive. And certain of those who were with us went to the tomb and found it just as the women had said, but him they did not see." Then he, Jesus, said to them, "O foolish ones, and slow of heart to believe in all that the prophets have spoken." And so you see, Jesus speaks to them and tells them they should have believed, and their problem was not in their head, but was in their hearts. Now, Emmaus was about a village about 8 miles northwest of Jerusalem. And so these men are walking maybe back this where their home place was, and Jesus suddenly appears to them. And of course, they had heard the reports, they had heard everything that had happened, and that Jesus was alive, but they didn't believe. And so they had hoped, as we read, that Jesus would have redeemed Israel. And they were looking for God, they were looking for Jesus to do a certain thing, and then they're disappointed because it didn't turn out like they said. They saw the glory of the kingdom in the Old Testament, but they failed to understand the suffering that must come first. So Jesus graciously walks with them and listens to their animated conversation, maybe arguing about what had taken place. Jesus had heard them talking, and they were quoting various Old Testament passages, probably about the kingdom, and they just didn't get it. And so Jesus, I love this because he asked them, "What things are you talking about?" He knew what they were talking about. He was the center of everything that happened. Oh, that reminds me how Jesus graciously, even when we can come to him and he knows everything, he still likes to hear what we're thinking. He wants us to tell him what has discouraged us, what has disappointed us, now why our hearts are so sad. He is interested in that, my friend. Don't ever be afraid to take your problems to Jesus. And the more Cleopas talked, the more he indicted himself about his heart of unbelief and his friend's heart of unbelief. And that's where Jesus then reminds them of the Old Testament scriptures, and we'll talk about that tomorrow. But my friend, the answer to a discouraged and disappointed and sad heart is to meet with Jesus. Give him the opportunity to come and spend time with you, and you can do that by looking in his word and listening to his heart and the things that describe him. And we'll see that tomorrow. Well, God bless you. You have a wonderful, wonderful day.